Hey folks, welcome back. Tonight we're playing Dungeon World Myth the Wind Age. And we will start with Leon's new character, Eska. Eska.
Ooh, I get to exist, yay.
Early morning light glitters in the surf behind you as you step down onto the pier. The smells of sea salt and rotting algae are overpowered by the stink of fish and the crisp wintry air. A half-inch of snow from yesterday dusts the rooftops and mists up in the stiff, icy wind that flaps dramatically at your cape. I'm assuming you have a cape because you're a bard. Correct me if I'm wrong. Most of the fishing ships have just come in an hour ago. You see people around the pier working briskly by lantern light to unload crab pots and bring them into the big dockside warehouse where everything gets processed. When's the last time you visited Stone Harbor?
I think that this is not the first time I've been here, but because the waters have been so full of, like the zombie versions of my people, I kind of stay to the edges of it for fear that I'll be attacked as one of them.
Yeah, very much so. So Stone Harbor's gotten a lot more. So, like your last visit, are you? So you're just arriving at Stone Harbor via the port. When was the last time you visited before now?
Probably half a year ago.
Okay, 6 months ago.
There's a lot more people here than I'm used to.
Okay, yeah, I was just going to say that Stone Harbor's gotten a lot more crowded since 6 months ago.
And it's starting to think that maybe this was a bad idea.
Yeah, it's
over all of the people.
It's a rougher neighborhood too. People working in the docks shoot suspicious glances at you as you're stepping off the ship. Even Captain Zendel, who you've known for many years, disappears into the boathouse when you spot him staring at you. You hear a thump as Minos, the ferry captain, shuts the door to the ferry's pilot house. You just came over on the ferry. When you glance back at the noise, you see something out in the water beyond the ferry. There's a solitary longboat, maybe a mile out in rough waters. It's got no running lamps. It's riding high in the water, riding higher in the water than usual for a fishing boat this time of day, laden with gear and so forth. And it's in a weird location, rowing against the current in rough seas to move south towards the pier. What do you do?
I think to myself that that's very strange, and perhaps I should go investigate, since, I can obviously swim. I live in the water. Well, my people lived in the water.
Okay.
So I think that I'm going to dive back into the water and go swim out to see if I can help.
All right, you swim out. No roll required because it's your native habitat. The seas are a little bit rough, but not so rough that it would give someone like you trouble. Certainly not as rough as it was for the storm last night. As you get closer to the boat, you're kind of like sticking your head up above the water periodically. I'm going to say, just checking out the boat. You recognize some of the people on board. So at this point, we're going to do let's establish your bonds. And you guys, the other characters that are on the Hope Island arc, have a chance to establish bonds with Eska the Bard. So Eska, why don't you start us off by reading off what your bond options are, and we'll decide who gets what bond.
Oh, shoot. I'm going to have to open that up. I did not expect.
Okay, no problem. So just a reminder, so the people that we have in the longboat, we have Fadelim, of course, he's not eligible for bonds being an NPC. We have Ichabod, Dram Stoker, the Flamepire Hunter, and then First Mate Yam and Casper and Narga. So any of those folks, you can establish bonds with Eska now if you would like. Eska is a Skrael. Skrael are so you guys are familiar with these zombie things. This is the zombified version of the Skrael, sort of like a thrall is to a human. This is what they look like when all of their flesh is melted off. But they're basically like aquatic snake people that legendarily there was this great kingdom that they once had out on an island that sunk into the sea. Think like Atlantis kind of thing. That's their story. And supposedly they're like a dead race, but a couple of you guys know this guy. They're sort of in the same boat as Alaris in that regard.
He's a fish man?
He's a fishman, yeah. He's a snake fishman, yeah.
Fish. Well, I'm fishy snake.
I can make a bond with him.
All right. What's your idea?
I really like that he plays music, and I'm a fan of music too. But I want to figure out how to play fire as an instrument. So I want to maybe take lessons or something from Eska.
In other words, he wants to juggle fire and catch everything on fire.
Well,
Okay, so
fire, play fire like music, like sounds, make fire into sound.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so
I heard.
okay, so the sun that
I didn't quite explain it. I didn't explain it correctly the first time. That's why. But that's what I meant. I meant like I want to play the fire, so it's.
I thought it was going to be some kind of like crazy theremin situation where you're summoning fire to make notes.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, exactly. Something like that. I don't know what the nature of it is just yet, but maybe that could be some way we can have a bond.
All right. So to summarize, then you want Eska to teach you the ways of music.
Yes, Eska, teach me to play fire. Teach me.
Yeah, will be interesting.
Fire.
Eska, do you accept this bond?
I do.
All right, perfect. So Dram, write that on your sheet. Eska, do you have your bonds list up?
I do.
All right, go ahead. Read them off.
Dram wants me to teach him to play fire.
Now remember, the bond is how your character feels about the other character. It's not necessarily reciprocal. So he wants you to teach him. It doesn't necessarily mean you want to teach him. You could have that bond if you wanted to, but it's more interesting if the bonds are different, I think.
Well, I am writing that down so I don't forget because I have short-term memory.
Fair enough.
My first bond is this is not my first adventure with blank.
Why don't you read all of them off, and then we'll see who fits with what.
Oh, my bad. I sang stories of blank long before I ever met them in person. Blank is often the butt of my jokes. I am writing a ballad about the adventures of blank. Blank trusted me with a secret. Blank does not trust me, and for good reason.
All right, so you guys, the folks that are in the boat there, pick which thing applies to you.
Who feels like being the butt of the joke?
Narga. Narga will be the butt of the joke.
Is that your tiger?
That's the ghost familiar that my ghost has.
Right. I'll allow it if it makes sense to Eska.
Sure. I think I can find ways to use a ghost tiger, a ghost familiar of a ghost to make jokes.
All right, Dram, Ichabod, what about you guys? And first, Yam, you can have a bond as well if you like. We don't have Pat on, actually.
Wait, with Ichabod? Me and Ichabod? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah, I had one before, but I never really. Let me think about this. I want to teach him how to punch. You want to learn how to punch, Ichabod?
I am worthless at all things combat.
Yeah, but you're gonna learn how to punch. You want to learn how to punch, so you're not worthless.
You can certainly try. Master gave up on me.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna. First you gotta curl each one of your fingers so they meet in the middle. This is your first lesson, kid. I'll punch
So,
you.
so Dram is going to
Can't
teach
punch anything.
the fighter how to fight. This should be interesting.
I'm gonna teach him how to punch. Just that's it. That's it. There's my bond with Ichabod. Ichabod. It's my Ichabod.
Nice. Okay. So of the
Bond.
all right,
It's my Ichabod.
of the bonds that Eska has opened, though, Dram, which do you think fits you best? Or do you think none of them fit?
Wait, of which what? Repeat?
So the bonds that Eska had, I sang stories of blank long before I met them. I'm writing a ballad about blank. Blank trusted me with a secret, or blank does not trust me, and for good reason. Which do you think applies to you?
Well, blank.
Oh, this is not my first adventure with blank. I think I missed that one.
Oh, blank trusts me with secrets. Me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Drum.
What secret would you have trusted Eska with?
Oh, it's a secret. What do you mean? But it's a secret, so I just say it out loud.
Okay. That's no, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you should say it out loud. We're all collaborating in a narrative, right? Your characters wouldn't all know, but we're not metagaming here.
I actually got nothing. I was buying time.
Okay.
How about what's the secret?
Maybe
I don't
his
know.
secret is that he secretly wanted to be a bard, but he wasn't any good at music, and that's why he wants me to teach him to play fire.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Okay. The secret was I burned down my music school
Oh, nice.
when I was trying to learn to play the zither. I accidentally lit a fire and destroyed the music school. Because of that, I was terrified to ever try to play again until I met you because you're a water dude. You can't burn and ignite and fire, so I feel that it's safer.
I don't think that's how that works.
No, not at all, not at all. But
That makes sense to me.
All right,
Fire
cool.
types.
Yeah,
It's like fire types and water types in
Yeah,
Pokemon.
we're Pokemon. Yeah, exactly.
So where was this music school that you burned down, Dram? Where was it located? Was it here on Hope Island, or was it in 12 Duns? Was it in Gower or Lankerfan?
I love the drama of it being here because I'm back.
Okay.
And I want to learn music. And the locals are terrified.
Okay, excellent.
It's gonna burn down the new music school. There's a new music school. They all look at it. It's beautiful. They're like, oh no, keep them away from the music school.
Oh, nice. All right, Ichabod, what about you? This is not my first adventure with blank. I sang stories of blank long before I met them. I'm writing a ballad about blank, or blank does not trust me, and for good reason.
I like to think it's the not trust me and for good reason.
Okay, what's the good reason?
I ran away from them when they needed me.
No, you don't trust me.
No, okay.
So did
You're a fish person and we're getting attacked by fish people.
okay? So you're
I think that's
biased
fair.
against the fish people. Yeah. All right, that makes sense. So you're like Ichabod. I'm imagining you see him swimming towards the boat, and you're kind of like freaking out a little bit. But you know him, though. The fact that you have a bond with him indicates that you know him, and you know that he's like a living person who is, interacts with townspeople and is not about to just straight up murder you. But also, maybe you're a little suspicious of him, like he could be up to something.
Very much so.
Okay. So you see him. So how do you react then when you see him swimming towards your boat as you guys are like having escaped a shipwreck? You're desperately like struggling, and it's like you're trying to swim. You're trying to row towards the pier, towards the harbor, and all these fishing boats are like coming in from the storm and make docking and unloading their cargoes and all that kind of stuff, and they all just kind of ignore you because they got their own business to attend to, and you're like out there rowing desperately trying to get to the pier. And then this guy shows up. How do you feel about that?
I am screaming all kinds of bloody murder.
Help!
So Dram screaming. Sorry, Ichabod, what were you saying?
I was screaming all kinds of bloody murder while I'm going too faster.
Okay. Nice. All right. And what about first mate? We still don't have Pat, so we'll have to find out about him later. Okay. Yeah. So Eska, you swim up to the boat. Presumably, you make yourself known to them and appear above the surface. Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably like swim mostly underwater, just popping up to make sure that I can still see them. I'm going the right way. And when I get to the actual boat, I'll probably leap up a little bit so I can hang my torso off the bow of the boat and be like, "Hey, you guys seem to be having a lot of trouble. Maybe I can help you get to shore. You got a rope or anything we can tie to the front and I can pull?"
He's gonna try to drown us.
That'd be one use of adventuring gear. If anybody has adventuring gear, they could use a rope.
I'm gonna roll my eyes at Ichabod and be like, "Oh Jesus, not this again."
All right. Yeah. So you guys are there. He's offering to tow you. Does anybody have a rope or use of adventuring gear? Is what it would be in your gear. And also, Eska, can you give us like a little description of your character? What's he like?
He's green. He's lithe. Not particularly, skinny or anything like that. Oh, did I just accidentally close my sheet? I did.
Okay, you said life. I thought you said lice.
No.
I thought he said lice too. I was like, whoa, what's this now?
I don't have a lot of hair. It's like I'm mostly scaly with like ridges and pointy ears and yellow eyes and a bit of tuft of white hair in the back that when you see me from the front you might not notice it if I've got it pulled back. And I don't wear a whole lot of clothes because scales, but I do like pretend that I need to wear clothes sometimes to make other people feel more comfortable. But I have a tail, so they're gonna notice anyway.
Fair enough. Okay, yeah. So, how do you? It sounds like nobody has a rope, right? Nobody has adventuring gear in their gear. So, what's the next move, guys?
Okay, there, my sheet finally loaded. Yeah, I have adventuring gear.
Oh, you do? Okay, so you can use one use of adventuring gear to get a rope, and then you guys can tow the boat in. All right, so I guess I'll have Eska. Do you want to make a Defy Danger strength for that?
Or my sheet doesn't want to load now either.
For anybody wondering, Ichabod is technically trying to choke him with the rope, but it's not working.
Sir?
Oh, here we go.
Get him, guys! Get him! I got him! We're gonna eat fish tonight!
First to blathers! First to blathers! Anybody who plays Animal Crossing will understand that.
Yeah, you stumble, hesitate, or flinch.
Because I'm being choked by someone I'm trying to help.
Yeah!
I'm gonna say that you tow the boat in. It takes a while. By the time you tow the boat in, there's like a crowd of people that are kind of like standing there on the docks watching you. And they see this fish person towing this longboat through the water, and then it's like as you're finally getting the boat up to the pier, and like trying to haul the boat in, you go to like, hey, help me haul this in, and everybody suddenly disappears and has something else to do. People in town are giving your group a wide berth now. They don't want to be associated with this grail.
My shoulders fall and I'm like, Jesus. One day. and I just, do my best to grip the bow of the boat and pull it back as hard as I like dig my tail into the sand and try to pull.
All right, and eventually you get it, and Ichabod, of course, has to get his feet wet and climb out and help. All right, and Fadeleem,
Use for this person.
yeah, and Fadeleem does too because he's also like a strong, tough dude. But you guys get it. You guys get the boat hauled in. You make your way back to the monastery, and Ichabod, you check in with the abbess. You guys all start trying to tell her about Luth, the Hullbreaker, but she ushers you into the pilgrim's rest area and very firmly insists that you get some rest first. You guys come in looking like haggard and bedraggled and, still kind of damp and covered with mud and everything. And she's like, you can tell me whatever this is, you can tell me about it after you guys have rested and eaten something. I insist. So she makes you guys all sleep. So everybody in the party here gets a long rest. So make sure to update your hit points. Level up if you have the experience. It's your current level plus 7. Is anybody leveling up at this moment? It would be Ichabod or a Dram.
I
Or
am
Casper.
still 8 points away from a level up.
Dram, what about you?
Wait, do I actually have enough? I don't think I have enough.
I know what level are you?
10.
Okay, so you should be looking to either.
I just turned 10. Yeah.
So when you get to 17 experience points, we should be looking to either retire your character, switch you to a new playbook, or take on an apprentice or one of those other options. We can figure that out later.
I'm gonna call you later.
Okay.
Raining dinner now.
And then I had something for Pat, but he's not here. Okay, so you guys, I assume, take a rest at the refuge. So we're going to skip ahead. Ichabod, roll me a Defy Danger Wisdom.
Like,
I am not very wise, so I'm expecting this roll to be terrible.
Okay, you wake up to a sharp boot in the ribs. Take 1 point of damage, ignoring armor. How many hit points do you have after your long rest, minus the 1 point?
That would be 25.
An ominous robed figure looms above you. Somehow that bastard Yang has slipped up next to your pallet without waking you, light sleeper that you are. He shoves you off your pallet with his foot and drops on top of you, going to put you in a headlock. What do you do?
You hear my voice in your head. Just put your fingers together. He's doing them in the middle.
Thrash your brow, and you're gonna hear a very girly scream.
So the scream is loud enough to wake everybody. But you thrash and Ichabod, not Ichabod, I'm sorry, Yang pins you and practically like chokes the life out of you until your vision starts to go blurry and like you get that like haze at the edges of your vision. And then finally he lets you up and he barks at you, practically spitting with contempt. He says, "Dead, you're dead." The sorry excuse for a fighter who gets stabbed in his sleep. Who was on watch? And he looks at you guys. Up, you slithering slug drake. He's like trying to get you to get up, stand at attention, and so forth. Do you stand at attention?
I do.
Okay. Master Young looks you up and down with clear disdain. He gestures to your arms with the tattoos and he says, "Where's your shield?
Lost it.
What are all these ugly tattoos? Did I say you could get those?"
They kind of disappeared one day.
Likely story. The abbot sent you to protect that boat. Did you protect the boat? No. Captain is dead. What happened last night? And at this point, everybody else is waking up, so you guys can chime in.
I wasn't there.
So, did you train this man to fight? Because you did a terrible job.
I can see that, says Jan.
now I have the Pokemon song stuck in my head.
Ichabod is just looking like this is just a normal Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think Aska is like watching and wanting to say something, but considering that Ichabod tried to kill him yesterday while he was saving his life, he just bites his tongue.
Okay. So Master Young looks at you, Ichabod, clearly expecting an explanation for what happened with the ship. As well.
By dead snake people,
And?
it crashed.
And you never killed a dead snake
Yeah.
person?
I attempted to kill him.
Well,
What about that? You were talking about some kind of nobleman attacking the ship. What was that about? The abbess said something about a nobleman attacking. Was it pirates?
If you want to call him that.
I said I was gonna go.
What would you call him? Tell me what happened. Let's hear it.
People who barely knew how to steer a ship kind of wanted all of our stuff.
So if you don't remember, out of character, if you don't remember, the one of the fallen lords rose up out of the sea and blasted your ship with lightning and sunk it. Just to clarify. If you want to lie to him, that's fine.
I was blanking so hard on that.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, he put a big ass hole in our ship.
Yeah. He said, did you kill this big lightning ghoul?
It kind of ran away.
You're planning on it though, right? You're gonna hunt him down?
Yeah, once I figure out which direction he went.
Good lad. I have something for you. And he gestures sharply and then turns. He says, follow me. Do you fall in?
I know the consequences of not, so yes, I follow him.
You hear this growl as you go to follow him. Phoenix says silently in your head, the dragon tattoo says, why do you tolerate this creature's insults? What do you do?
I relate to the tattoo that this thing is worse than any demon.
He seems weak. Shall I consume him, rid you of the bother?
I think he is immortal.
We shall see. Then Phoenix laughs. Master Young is roused everybody at this point. And he's and he points to you, Eska, and he says, "You rung a bell before in the bell tower, yes?
Yeah.
Good. Get up and ring the ninth bell." So he sends you off to the bell tower.
Okay.
Is the rest of the group? Are you guys going to follow, or are you guys just kind of getting up, eating your breakfast, doing your normal thing?
You guys wouldn't leave me alone with this evil creature, would you?
Yes.
I turn to him and I wink at him and I make a fist and I walk out.
When you we'll do Eska first. Eska, when you get up to the tower, there's this kind of electric feeling in the dry winter air. You haul on the bell rope, you look out over the water again, and you see that there's another thunderstorm slowly rolling in. The ocean far below looks murky. There are more of those zombie Skrael things out there deep in the water, moving beneath the waves, converging on the island. You see their slithering shadows as they slowly crawl up from the deep. There must be thousands of them. What do you do?
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, what do you do?
I think I ring the bell like crazy.
Oh, okay.
Like just jump on the rope and just let my weight up and down over and over.
One of the acolytes comes running up, and the bell's, it's a church bell. It's supposed to ring out all over the island. It's deafening, right?
Right.
So you're ringing this thing until you're deaf, and one of the acolytes comes up and starts yelling, like gesturing, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop.
I on an upswing, I let my momentum take me off of the rope and onto the ledge, and I just haul them over and point at the water.
Oh. Lady of Light. Oh, gods. We have to warn the abbess, and he goes rushing down. And Ichabod, Eon walks you out of Pilgrim's Rest, which let me put you guys in the monastery sheet so you can see what I'm talking about. Um. All right, so the party was all sleeping in Pilgrim's Rest here, which is where kind of like the place where guests stay. You at one point, of course, Ichabod had your own quarter in the monks' quarters, but that's since been taken up by another monk since you've moved out of the temple regularly. So you're sleeping in the guest quarters with everybody. But Eon walks you out of the Pilgrim's Rest, and he takes you down this hall to the inner cloister, which is up at the top left corner here. And Abbas Alael is waiting there for the two of you when you walk into the courtyard. And in the center of the courtyard, there is this ceremonial table that she has set up, draped with a white sheet. Yang twists and wraps his staff on the back of your knees, indicating that you should kneel. Ichabod, do you kneel?
Yes, I kneel.
The abbess folds back one side of the sheet to reveal a ritual bowl, and it's this beautiful kind of copper carved ornate thing that has these sort of like sea creature designs and runes across it. And from the bowl, she dips her finger in, she anoints your forehead with pig's blood and speaks the words of an ancient benediction that's been handed down by the people of Hope Island since before the founding of the monastery, asking the ruler of the deep for strength in battle. You gain the status, the tag Anointed of Sanmara, and you gain the following move, which I will paste in the chat here. Okay, so you can see that in the Roll20 chat. So at some point you can call upon the ruler of the deep to aid you in battle, and the ruler will grant you a powerful boon if you roll well, although the aid may come with a price. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so Sanmara is sort of like the central deity of the temple. There are many of the monks in this day and age also worship the Lady of Light, but Sanmara is sort of like the central figure of temple worship. You know, she's the statue that's in the Abbey temple, kind of thing. And the abbess draws back the other side of the sheet, which reveals this scale of some enormous obsidian black serpent wrapped in a cradle of leather bindings. She lifts it reverently and offers it to you. And she says, "This is one of our most sacred relics. Let it protect you in the coming battle." And you are given an item, which is Scale of Sanmara's Child. And I will paste the details for that as well.
Russ?
Yep.
Your Twitch still says Hollow Knight.
Oh, thank you. Let me paste this first, and I'll update that.
No problem.
This is slightly different from Hollow Knight.
Slightly, just ever so slightly different.
All right, I've updated it. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Yeah, so you're gifted this, and the abbess says, "Now tell us about this creature that attacked your ship." And sorry, did anybody follow Ichabod, or is he there on his own?
Pretty sure he's there by himself.
No.
Okay.
I followed him, but
You did?
where
Okay.
is he? Oh wait, no, I left him. I left him alone. No, I remember.
Oh, okay.
I left him alone. Never mind. On purpose, so he could punch somebody.
Yeah. And Casper hasn't said anything.
Yeah. Okay. So Ichabod would give some account of the. I guess you out of character. You don't remember, right? Because it's been a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna assume if it's cool with you, the info dump. Is that cool with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So just to recap what happened real quick. Let me. So you guys can all see this guy, right? On the up here.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this guy rose up out of the waves, and
The Fallen Lord.
yeah, he's a fallen lord named Luke, the Hullbreaker. and he commands the power of lightning and the power of the waves, and he basically created these like this freak wave that sort of washed across the deck of your ship and brought with it this wave of these undead Skrael things to attack and kill the sailors on board. And when that didn't work, he rose up himself and hit the ship with a bolt of lightning that instantly flash fried a bunch of boards in the along the keel in one section of the ship where there was water gathered at the bottom of the ship, and basically caused the ship to slowly sink. So you know that he's out there now, and the I'm going to say, Eska, you at this point you rush in with this news, and with the other monk kind of towing you along to warn the abbess that this is going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably have balance and hearing issues from all the bell ringing.
Yeah. Okay. So you rush in.
Probably yelling.
You rush in yelling. What do you yell?
Like, the island's under siege. There's thousands of them out there.
They all turn and look at you. And Master Eong looks at you, Ichabod, and he gestures for you to rise. Do you rise? And are also you taking the shield?
I am taking the shield, and I do rise.
Okay, you rise, you take the shield. And Master Eong says, I hope you prove me wrong. And then it's up to you guys to organize the defense of the monastery. So they're going to include you guys in the planning. Let me bring you back to the monastery sheet. So the question is for you guys, you could figure out what kind of measures do you want to take to defend the monastery and or the island before the creatures arrive, because it's going to take them a little while to get up on shore.
First, I think we need to rally the people and let them know that there's something happening so they can take shelter, and see if we can find anybody who's young enough and strong enough to fight with us, because, 5 people ain't gonna do it.
Okay.
I turn dramatically and I say, there are too many. And then I say, we have to fight fire with fire, or in this case, storm with storm. I'm going to go to the highest point where the church is, and I'm going to summon a storm to fight their storm.
Okay, very
It'll
good.
be really taxing on me, and I may die and turn into like a Jedi ghost.
All right, so
Put my hand on his shoulder and be like, you're going to summon a firestorm during a thunderstorm. They're going to immediately put it, their storm will immediately put out your fire. That's not going to work. Don't.
And I look him in the eye, and I put my hand on his shoulder. I say, except my fire's black fire.
Is that resistant to water?
Yeah, it sucks the souls out of things. I don't know, they're undead anyway. I don't know, maybe. That's probably not going
it
to.
has worked on undead before. Your black flame.
Okay, yeah, I summon it from another dimension, but I'll be a Jedi ghost after that. Hint, hint. I'm at level 10.
Right? Yeah.
And this is my way to get out of this character in a really cool, heroic way. So
Oh,
I'm gonna
perfect.
go up to the bell
Okay.
tower. I'm gonna go up to the bell tower, and I'm gonna do this black flame thing. I'm gonna figure out a combination of stuff, and then I'll roll. But like, I guess after everybody forms up what they're gonna do.
Okay, so
Like,
I'm
we'll say
putting.
the next rounds. I'm like climbing the tower or whatever dramatically.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I mean, you guys have like, I'm gonna say you guys have like a couple hours. It's not like they're gonna immediately crawl onto the land and start killing and show up right at the walls. So you mentioned, Eska, you mentioned rallying the people. What exactly are you gonna do? How are you gonna do that?
Like in the olden days when you were being attacked, you'd like put sharpened wood facing out towards the other people so they couldn't just bum rush you. I feel like we should do something like that along the edges of the beach. Not in the sand, because it'll just wash away in the surf, but like right at the edge where it starts to get solid, if we could form some sort of barricade around the places that we need to protect. If all of the people were coming to the monastery to hide and be protected, women and children and elderly, then the men could do that while they're coming in.
Okay. Well, the abbess who's listening to the land says, if we want to protect everyone, we should send word to the town. Will you bring word to them? She looks to you, Eska, and says, will you bring word to them? I could send one of the acolytes with you.
I'm definitely going to need someone to go with me because they will not trust anything I say.
Okay. This is going to be Monk Amidi. Monk Amidi is going to go with you to kind of back up your story. So you guys.
Is that a play on Archimedes?
It could be, not specifically, but.
Oh, okay. I'm listening to it. I'm like, Archimedes?
I do like the idea that she, talks crazy in the bath though, and like comes up with strange schemes for like how to build things.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys head down to the town, and like I said before, people are avoiding you, Eska, but there are a couple curious heads that poke out because when they see that Monk Amidi is with you, you see that there's like lost the guy there. Captain Zindel actually, who steps out from, there's kind of like there's a group of heads that people stick their heads out and they look, and then there's obviously people disappear inside. There's some whispering and so forth, and then Captain Zindel seems to have been elected to go out and talk to you and see what you guys want. So he comes out, and he is a ship captain that you've had dealings with in the past that lives here in Stone Harbor. What kind of dealings have you had with him?
I probably, in an attempt to get in, good graces with the people and prove that I'm not a bad person, I've probably gone out on his ship a few times to try to help catch fish for the town. To help.
Okay, cool. So you've been drafted as a fisherman.
Yeah.
Again, okay, so he says, Eska,
well,
what do you want?
Drafted, I volunteer.
Okay, fair. Yes, you volunteer as a fisherman. So Captain Zindel steps out as everybody else is kind of hiding, watching anxiously. And he comes forward and for his part, he kind of smiles tentatively and like he shakes your hand and looks like a little apologetic. And he says, what can I do for you? What are you guys doing down here?
I was up on the tower to ring the morning bell, and I could see in the distance the water is full of undead Scrael. They're coming here. There's thousands of them all around the island. We need to get all of the people into the monastery, and we need to build barricades to stop these undead from just overrunning the entire island.
Okay. So he takes us in and he goes with you out on the pier to look for himself, because this is the kind of thing somebody's like, there's thousands of monsters over the next hill. Somebody's going to want to look over the next hill and see, so he goes down to the pier and you show him. And from here, you can't really see the creatures, but you can see this kind of black wave that moves along with the storm. That's very clearly identifiable. Captain Zindel frowns and he's like, are you sure they're out there?
Yes, I am absolutely sure. I am not the only one who saw them. The monks are already preparing.
Well then, I suppose we'll take you at your word. What have you done? What impressed you, Captain? What impressed Captain Zindel about you when you fished for him before?
I think somebody got their foot caught in a crab trap as it went over, and I immediately, without thought, dove in to rescue him and bring him back safely.
All right, and just for entertainment's sake, let's say it was Jonah that you rescued.
One of the crabs.
So
Just kidding.
Okay, so they start. Captain Zindel starts going door to door, and Munkamidi says we should split up and notify everyone. I'll go over to some of the houses over there. You can go into the tavern, and Captain Zindel will head down to the harbor. So you step into the tavern, you repeat the same message, and people are a little more receptive since they saw you talk with Captain Zindel, but they're still kind of suspicious of you. They get up, but eventually you get to the point where most people, there's always like a few holdouts. There's people that are like, I'm good where I am. I don't want to, I don't want to be evacuated. I don't want to move. Or maybe, they're too old and infirm to where they're like, they're either they're like, this is my home and I'm not moving, or they're like, they're too old and infirm to where they're like not willing to go to the effort, or, for whatever other reason, they just don't believe you. What do you say to those holdouts, or how do you deal with them?
To the holdouts, I say, when they start to storm the island, it may be too late to change your mind. So we will take you still if you come running, but just know that we won't be able to come out and help you get there if you don't go now. It's your choice. For anyone who is, infirm or old and they need help evacuating, I will definitely help them evacuate. Okay.
Yeah. So there are a couple people that are like, yeah, can you help me? And you sort of have to organize people because there's too many old like retired fishermen that are not doing well physically for you to help them all yourself. Because
we get like the big carts, like market carts, and we'll empty them out and put people on them.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so the owner of the cart is like, of course, grumbling about this because that's just how people are. But they let you use the cart, and you get a cartload of people coming up to the monastery, and so you get this long train of refugees marching back up. Casper and Narga, what are you guys doing to prepare?
We are we're going to scout, since we can't really help move people or anything because we're a ghost, and putting up any kind of barricades or anything like that is not something that we can do very easily. I would have to use like a lot of mana just to keep a physical form.
Right.
I'll set Narga off to one side of... This is an island, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to send Narga off to the other side of the island to keep an eye out to see if they're coming quicker than what they are at the main city.
Okay. Do you want to give me I'm not going to make you roll stealth because there's just a whole army showing up and you're stealthy. They're not going to notice you, and you can be invisible when you want to be. But give me a what's it called? The perception move. Tell me out. Discern realities if you'd like to glean some information about them.
Roll 2d6, right?
Yep.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. So you see waves of Skrill out there. You're gonna have to wait until they've hit the beach before you get much more information, like exact numbers or composition or what weapons they have, anything like that, because the distortion of the waves is too much from here. Are you gonna stay down here until you get a good look, or are you gonna head back up to the monastery?
Is there, like, how far away is the monastery to the main, like, the docks?
Let's say it's like 1.5 miles, and it's hilly terrain, uphill.
And I'm asking more, like, map questions or topical questions right now.
Right.
Where is the bell tower in relation to where I am now and the monastery?
Okay, so I'm gonna say let's put your token like cardinal direction wise where you're at. So I'm gonna put you like out here. 'Cause the main wave is coming towards the south beach from the mainland. There's also some coming from the west. You can tell. But this
so
is
that's the bell tower over there.
the bell tower is over on the east side here.
Is over here, right?
Yep, correct.
We'll go to the bell tower.
Okay, so you're gonna chill out there in the bell tower with Dram.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So very good.
Do you want to pet the kitty?
At the what now?
Is the kitty
Yeah,
corporeal?
So Narga is a ghost cat, and you can pet him.
Oh well, you know what? I might be a ghost soon too. So
Okay.
I pet him. I pet the ghost cat in anticipation of being a ghost.
The cat being a cat is like you expect me to just accept pets on command? What is this? You can pet me. Okay, yes, pet me. No, wait, stop.
You have not met Narga.
Okay, is Narga a very cuddly kitty?
Narga thinks he's a dog.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
You have had a very different experience with cats than I have.
Yes. The cat that I have literally thinks that I am his familiar, and he has to merge his body into mine
Right.
at all times.
Well, I mean, it's different if the cat knows you, right? I guess he knows Dram though.
No, not Narga. Narga will say, "Oh, there's people here." Runs up to the door and says, "Pick me up and love me."
Yeah. Our cats flee if the doorbell rings.
Oh no! Like when we were trying to sell our house back in November, December, he would wait at the door for the people, and then they would carry him around while looking at that because he wanted to be held.
That's cute.
I don't have a normal cat.
My sister's cat would like to attack anything that moved.
Oh, that's so cute. Did you finally beat it?
Yes.
Yay.
Very cool. Okay, so you guys are set up at the bell tower. So the storm rolls in and everything gets dark. And Dram, you're starting to summon this storm of your own. What does it look like when the thunderstorm overhead collides with this black fire?
Yeah, I'm opening up a portal behind me. That's like it's the portal opens up like it opens up horizontally, and it's like above my head, and it's spewing out black clouds, and it's just they're just rushing out and over to like meet the other black clouds, but mine are also because I think the spell works is that it's called Watch the World. Is it Watch the World Burn?
If you have them move on your sheet.
The burning plane of flame. Yeah, here we go. I'm rolling it. Okay, when you open a channel to the burning plains and call a firestorm, tell the GM what you're sacrificing. Oh, I have to sacrifice. Oh, I already did tell you what I'm sacrificing.
But you
myself.
Okay.
This is all set to the tune of Hellfire from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I was actually picturing Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash. and yeah, and the clouds are forming and shooting down black rain on the enemy troops. And then I'm also that also activates this thing from Hell's Heart. And then I'm also going to I'm going to try to enkindle the people from the bell tower. I say, "This is a fight for your lives, for your very livelihoods."
Nice. Okay.
I use this to bolster the courage of others, and that's kind of my multi-prong move here that I'm trying to do here.
The effect is fleeting, so they're gonna provide the initial defense, and then they're probably gonna fold. But they, for the moment, they're like huddling by the gates and so forth, like clutching pitchforks and whatever farm implements they can come up with. And actually, you guys have a monastery. You've got like your training to fight there, so I guess you guys hand out like quarterstaffs and stuff like that. Think about what kind of weapons does a monastery have that they can give out to people.
Generic swords and some spears.
That's it.
Okay.
How about shields? Shields.
Well, shields are a given.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they hand out spears and shields to most people because most people don't know how to use a sword because it takes a lot more training than a spear. Spear, you kind of, you can hit people with a pointy end. You're not necessarily good with it, but you can. I should say, an untrained person is probably a bit more effective with a spear than they would be with a sword. Put it that way.
You didn't learn how to sword fight from Zoro, where you just put the pointy end in the other guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, but a spear is better because it's longer. So the more untrained people can have spears behind the more sword trained people in the front.
Very good. Okay, so they're lining up inside the gatehouse, mostly in the pathway here around the courtyard, with their spears at the ready. And the abbess sends a couple of the monks up onto, she sends what, I guess, Casper, you're keeping watch. So all the monks are like running around helping distribute weapons and stuff like that. And she sends a couple people to look out the windows on the east and west side. So you've got coverage kind of everywhere. And this black flame rolls out above you, and it says, fires rage out of your control, spreading and gusting where they are carried by wind and weather. So as the storm is blowing in, there's this great conflagration in the sky as the black clouds brought up from the Black Gate intersect with the storm, and the fire just sort of whirls in all directions. And from your position in the bell tower, the folks that are watching, you can see that hellfire is raining down on the town of Stone Harbor below, and you can see that the intensity and the fury of the two combined storms is such that their houses are melting, and you can see that buildings catching ablaze and so forth down there. And as this black tide comes up onto as this black tide comes up onto the land and these creatures start to crawl ashore, they crawl into this wave of burning flame that floats on the surface of the water, and many of them are instantly incinerated. But you see, as you watch for over the course of a few minutes, Drum, there are sorcerers among the Skrill, the undead creatures, who rise up from the waves and gesture with their staves and call upon the power of the storm to drive wedges through the black flame so that their people can advance. So you've done some initial damage and you're sustaining the storm, but they're basically sort of creating openings for their people to move through.
Okay, I see the sorcerers, and the Avatar: The Last Airbender music starts playing. As I summon, I'm going to try to summon a tornado of fire underneath me to engage them, the sorcerers, where they are.
Okay, so they're spread out into squads. Each squad has a sorcerer, so you pick a couple squads.
I'm going to kind of make my way. Yeah, I'm just going to make my way down to the water first to see if I even survive that.
Okay.
But let me try a Zuko style, see if I even. Oh my God! Did I roll a wisdom on that? Hang on, did I do the right thing?
It looks like
that was the worst Zuko style ever.
Oh my God!
I did that right.
So
I try to form a tornado, but then I fall off the clock tower instead.
Yeah. so you try to form this tornado and it fizzles out. And what were you playing? What were you trying to do? You were trying to fly down there using your rocket power. Okay.
Exactly. To use rocket power, and
I'm going to say that you're able to form the flame to create your rockets, but as you boost out, the wind is too strong, and you're quickly losing control, and you decide that discretion is the better part of the valor, and make your way back to the bell tower.
Can I ring the clock tower with my head?
Yeah, sure.
I try to fly out, but then I just get pushed right back in.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, and the waves of Grail are coming on, and you can see Casper and Dram from up in the tower. You see Noble Lou comes ashore, and so you see him standing out there. Let me put some of these guys on the board here. And the delay from the storm has bought enough time that the refugees are all able to make it up to the monastery, fortunately. So Munkamidi and Eska, you guys are bringing up the rear with the last gate. And so as you're coming up the path here, just as you're entering the gates of the monastery, you see waves of these guys coming up the path. This guy's obviously not right with them, but you can see that they sort of send up like an initial squad as a foray to see what sort of defenses you have. So these things come slithering up the path towards the walls. What do you guys do?
I shoot them with my bow.
Okay, give me a volley.
Hold on a minute. I have a Narga that has decided that he wants to merge into my soul. Bali.
Okay. Deal your damage and choose one of those options.
Okay. Damage. 4.
Okay. Which option did you choose?
My ammo by 1.
Okay, so you spent some ammo. You managed to get one of them. They're a bit tougher than a typical thrall. They're just kind of big and clunky, and they don't have a lot of flesh to them, so there's not as much for an arrow to like stick into, and it doesn't create quite as much shock. But when you do get one of the bones, they snap nicely. So you do some damage to one of them, and it's sort of mangled. It drops the trident that it was carrying, and it's like moving along with one arm kind of limping. Let's see. Dram, you're struggling to control the storm. Ichabod, Eska, what are you guys doing?
Are everybody inside the monastery?
Yeah, so the last people are just are coming through the gates now. Yeah.
Okay. The first thing I'm going to do is an arcane art, and cast it on Casper. Hopefully to give him a plus 1d4 forward to damage.
Okay, go ahead and roll your arcane art. And how do you cast the arcane art? Like, what do you actually do? Is it are you playing an instrument? Are you singing? What is it like?
Oh, wait, sorry.
Yeah, I'm playing an instrument. I have I know that it's kind of cliche, but I have something akin to a lute, but it's like a sea one, not wood, because I dive into the water, it would ruin a. So it's made out of like large shells, like clam shells and coral.
Very cool.
Use your own dummy
And
balls.
give me a sense of the vibe that you're giving with this arcane music. Is it metal? Is it hopeful? What is it like?
Since it's for battle, it's going to be like serious and fast paced. Not exactly metal, but more like rock, like classic rock.
Nice. Okay.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Not far off.
Very cool. All right. So who are you giving the bonus to damage to, Ichabod?
Casper.
Okay.
I am begrudgingly standing in front of the door because my master is subtly holding a gun to my head.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and move your pug up by the front gate.
Why is he holding a gun to your head?
Because Casper doesn't want to be, or not, Ichabod doesn't want to be there.
Ichabod does not like being a hero.
How did you get stuck with him?
I was raised here. I'm an orphan.
And let's put Fedbeam out there with you guys because he's there you go. So he's gonna fight with you. He's gonna fight with you as well. And actually, Eska, he'll kind of cover you over here to give Ichabod space, so he doesn't have to like worry about defending you. As you guys come up, you're raining arrows down.
Yeah.
You see that there's this flash of this blue glow kind of just appears down on the slope of the trail as the sorcerer from the group starts to call upon the power that's out there in the storm. And you see as it does so, it draws in some of the black flame, and that kills two of these guys outright, and they just sort of get deleted. But the sorcerer channels this and hurls this hurricane force gust of wind at you guys, blasting you back towards the gate. What do you guys do?
Race.
I let the wind fly by me.
Okay,
Through me.
Race sounds like fighting your con, probably.
I am using my new fancy shield to protect the gate.
Very cool. So roll to fight Danger Con. You can add your shield's armor bonus if you like.
Is that for me too? I turn into a ghost.
You're not the
Or is that
target of
not
this
me?
at the moment. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
Question: is Veranza no longer a played character?
I don't know where she is anymore.
She got left on the island.
Yeah, so you actually Veranza would be here, so you can use her if you want her
Oh,
to throw out spells or stuff.
sweet.
That roll will be at 11 then.
Nice. Okay.
I can be at the gates in my Teostra form.
Okay, sounds good. Do we have a Teostra Pog? I don't remember.
I don't remember. It's usually just a me pog.
Oh yeah, okay. All right, I got one. Give me 1 sec.
Okay. And if you want to see what I mean by Narga needing to merge into my soul, you can look at my stream and see where he sits the entire fucking time.
I didn't get a notification that you went live.
No.
It says you're offline.
How is it offline? I am streaming.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I spelled your name wrong.
Oh, yep, you are there.
Hi.
I was trying to like manually type in the URL and I put the wrong. I put Veranza instead of Gamer Veranza, which apparently is someone else.
Yeah. So this is my normal.
All right. I gotta wait for the ad to play, but that's okay. Anyway.
Very similar to my lieutenant.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
So I am in Teostra form. And I will block myself or block as much as I can with just my body, I guess.
Okay, so
that'll be a defend.
Yeah, that'd be defend.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so you're protecting, I guess, Eska, since he's the one that's most being buffeted the worst by the wind. He's the least kind of hardy of the three folks that are out here guarding this narrow gate. So you can Eska is going to get buffeted about. You withstand the wind, but you're struggling. And Veranza, what are you doing to help? Go ahead and move your pog out if you want to be in front of them.
Give me a second. Where's said pog?
They stuck you in the courtyard here.
Oh, hi.
You're enormous.
I'm pretty huge.
There you go. Don't trample Ichabod.
Sorry.
There we go. Okay, so you go out here and you're body blocking. So these things are all, of course, going to go after you because you're the big right out front. They come in swinging at you with their tridents. What do you do?
I will for my. Well, how many holds do I have? That would be smart for me to find out.
And Dram, you notice something as you're managing the storm that this one group goes up to fight, the rest of their army is not advancing. The other 1,000 or whatever of them are all just hanging out on the beach watching the exchange. You see that Noble Luth, the Fallen Lord, is also watching.
All right, I'm going.
What are they waiting for? Can I discern realities?
Yeah, go ahead and roll that. But let's resolve Veranza's move first. Go ahead, Veranza. What are you doing?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. You can roll.
Fire breath, a hack and slash, or a volley? I forget what we said.
I think we're doing that as a volley.
All right, I'm gonna do the damage, and it doesn't really require ammo. I guess I will have.
So I guess for the ammo, you could use your shapeshift holds if you wanted.
So take another that'll put me down to 1 hold. Okay. 3.
Okay. So you finish off the first guy that was hit by Casper's arrow, and these other 2 guys are also blasted. So they're singed. And you see Veranza as you roll up to them and breathe fire on them. you see they fall apart in this kind of like horrifying way, and there's this like really putrid smell that you get from them as they start to like roast in the flames.
Dead fishies.
Yeah, they're undead fish. It smells terrible.
Undead fishies.
Yeah, but it's
I need a holy.
yeah, and it's almost like it's worse than you might have expected, because you're a druid, you deal with dead animals and things washing up in rivers and whatever. But this is somehow worse, and these things are like they kind of like fall apart limb from limb in a way that's like uniquely unnerving when you destroy them.
She is having a vegan moment.
No.
These things come up and are attacking Phaedlim, Ichabod. Phaedlim's going to run up and fight. Ichabod, Eska, what are you guys doing?
Go away. Good boy.
I, against my will, joined the fight.
He's like, God damn it.
Okay, how do you join the fight? What do you do? You got Veranza covering you.
Maybe you join the fight because you see me finally be back here and you're just like, fine, I'll help you.
Run between her legs and punch the nearest person in front of me.
Okay, roll me a hack and slash. Are you punching one of the damaged ones that she flamed, or this guy over here that's flanking?
And I wave from the
damaged
tower.
I have less work to do.
Okay. let me make Veranza. There you go. You're on the bottom now.
I have missed.
Okay. You run forward. One of them gets you with its trident. Veranza, do you want to spend a hold to defend?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and spend your hold.
And then I'll redo this. Gives me 3 holds.
So you rolled to defend. So what are you using the hold for?
Because that was my last hold.
No,
So
this is this is the hold for the defend roll, not the shapeshift hold.
Oh.
So
I hold 1.
Right. So you have a couple of options from defend. You can have the attack's effect or damage. You can open up the attacker giving +1 forward, or you can deal damage equal to your level.
Oh, I'll deal damage to the attacker equal to my level.
Okay. So you lash out with your claws, I'm guessing, and smash 2 of these guys. The third one, however, stabs at you, Ichabod, and gets you with its trident. You take 4 damage minus your armor. How much damage does it actually get through?
2.
Okay. So you got a couple little holes in you now. Phaedlim rushes up and shoves the thing and kind of pushes it off of you. And he jams his sword through its skull, which unfortunately isn't enough to kill it, but it does make a nice satisfying noise, and there's a big hole in it now. These guys come rushing forward. Eska, what are you doing as these guys are fighting in melee?
I was knocked back and I feel like my song was interrupted, so I'm going to start it again, and this time I choose Veranza to get a plus 1d4.
Okay, go for it. Oh, actually, yeah. Okay, so Veranza, you get a d4 to your next damage. Veranza, these guys are advancing on you, and one of them is coming at you.
Don't I do deal damage to the attacker equal to my level? Did that happen?
We did that already. Yeah, you squashed 2 of them.
Oh, okay. So they took the 10. Got it.
Yep.
Okay. So I re-roll my shapeshift because I was on my last hold.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So you're maintaining the shapeshift.
I have my 3. That's the chimera that I did.
Okay.
And then what I'm going to do again is, as they're coming up, I'm going to do the hack and slash and just kind of swipe across my face. Swipe across.
Yeah, go for it. And you see one of them is like crawling over the corpse of its fallen comrade. And it's kind of icky looking. You hack and slash, deal your damage, and the enemy makes an attack against you. Go ahead and deal your damage. Okay, 5 is enough to finish off another one of them. They're a lot tougher than Thrall. They climb on you, and this one sort of jabs at you with its trident, but it's almost like a distraction. As you know, he's kind of like coming in, and you slash at him, and you knock his trident out of his hand, and you crush the other one. But these guys are coming in behind you. Oh, actually, add a D4 to your damage. You might be able to kill another one here because of Eska's arcane art.
Yeah. 1d4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. You finish off a second damage one. Yeah. So these guys are kind of like distracting you, fighting you, and then this one like climbs up on you, and it doesn't stab you. It kind of just grabs a hold of you and then like sinks its teeth into your flank. And there's this like sharp stab of pain that runs down your leg. And you feel that there's this like foulness that is entering your system because as a druid, you're very aware of kind of like the natural balance. So Eska, you see this thing.
Vampire undead.
You see this thing biting Veranza. What do you do? And Dram, we'll get back to your role in a second.
Wait, who are you asking?
So, Eska, you're up.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Do you see?
Okay, I'm behind her. It's behind her. I'm gonna run up and stab it.
Okay, go for it. Nice. Okay, deal your damage. Do you want to take a risk to deal the extra d6?
Sure.
Okay, go for it. Okay.
Oh.
So you go in, like guns. What are you hitting it with? Like what's your attack like? Do you have a weapon or?
I have a dueling rapier.
Okay, so you go in at this thing with a rapier, and I'm gonna say like, what do you do exactly with a rapier with your 5 damage here?
Well, it's kind of above me, so I like try to stab in and like pull down, but it doesn't really have that sharp edge of a normal sword, so it probably doesn't work the way I want it to.
Okay, so you punch a hole in its rib cage, I'm gonna say, and like break a few ribs. And it comes at you, and as you're stabbing it, it stabs you as well. You take 4 damage minus your armor as it gets you with a trident, and it kind of just like I think you're stabbing with a rapier, so I'm gonna say it probably gets your weapon arm because that's like the closest point that it can reach. So it's not enough to like disable that arm, but you're bleeding. Let's see. So you got that going. Casper and Dram. Casper, what was the result from, or Dram, what was the result from your discern realities? Go ahead and ask me your questions.
Looks like I get an experience point.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I thought you did a discern realities already.
No, I never rolled it.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned it, but you didn't make the die roll. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you see that they are watching, and there's some kind of signal that passes between the sorcerer up here and the army down below. And you see it. There's this kind of like flicker of blue flame that it holds up in the air, not like, and you first to think maybe it's going to throw a spell or something, and you get ready to counter it, but it just kind of holds this flame, this blue flame up in the air, where the people below can see it, and you can see that as soon as this signal appears, Noble Lu withdraws back into the sea, and this whole black tide of 1,000 creatures all just vanishes back into the ocean, leaving you fighting just this one little group. And then the sorcerer returns and tries to cast a spell at the bell tower. Casper, what do you do? Okay. Casper, you're up. V, you there? You guys hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, maybe she's AFK for a minute, so we'll give let's give Ichabod. Ichabod, you're in the thick of it. You got Veranza's bulk to shield you, but you got two of these guys fighting, and you see one of them jump up and bite Veranza. What are you doing? Oh, you see the sorcerer is trying to kind of in the corner of your eye here. You see Feedling fighting one of these things, and you see a sorcerer is like looking up above you at the folks in the bell tower, getting ready to like throw lightning or something. What are you doing?
A very bad decision because I'm going to tell the dragon it's time to eat.
Okay, very good. Let's see. What am I going to have you roll for the dragon? I'm going to say, I mean, you're offering. Let's see. What is the dragon's traits? It wants treasure, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the dragon is like, how are you going to reward me for my efforts? What do you say to it? What are you promising it?
Anything valuable we find after we kill these guys is yours.
When you've slain Noble Lu, I will claim his accoutrements. You shall bear them in my name. And then it is done, and then the dragon emerges. Let me see if I actually have a dragon pog. I'm gonna throw it on a random dragon pog, but it's like a crazy ink apparition of a dragon. It's not like a I'm throwing down chair biter actually, but it's like remember it's like a crazy ink apparition of the dragon. It doesn't really look quite like this, so this guy throws down and he goes mauling in among them, and he's going to go straight for the sorcerer because he's hungry for power, and he like bites down on it and snaps it in two with these massive jaws. What are you doing as these guys this one goes to try to stab you while the dragon's fighting? What do you do?
I defend myself.
Okay, roll defend. Okay, hold one. So it's going to deal 6 damage minus your armor. How do you want to spend your hold? As it stabs you, it tries to stab you in the chest with its trident.
I knock the weapon away, but it still grazes me.
Okay, so you take half damage. So you get bitten in the shoulder by the trident's blades, and it turns then, and it reaches for you. It kind of like tries to pin your shield with a trident so it can reach for you with one of its claws. What are you doing?
I'm assuming that was still towards me, right?
Yes, correct.
I will punch back in response.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me hack and slash. Nice. Okay, do your damage. Okay, this one is uninjured, so you have smashed it. Where are you hitting it exactly?
Square in the chest.
Okay, you hit it square of the chest. You smash its solar plexus, which you know for a normal person would be a blow that would leave him on the ground writhing in pain. But this doesn't quite have the effect that you hoped for. Of how you did, however, manage to stay it from stabbing you or clawing you again. Veranza, do we have you back?
I've been here.
Okay. Casper, you see as you're watching from the bell tower, these guys get into the melee down below. And what you and Drum were seeing, there's this blue signal flame that goes up from the sorcerer, and when the sorcerer signals, they all just disappear back into the sea, except for this one group that's up at the monastery gate. So these guys are remaining fighting. The sorcerer starts to go to cast a spell, but then this dragon appears from Ichabod's arm and rises up and crushes it in its jaws. This guy, you see that Phalim is struggling to fight this skeleton guy over on the flank here. You have enough room for a shot if you want to take it. You want to do something?
I just want to cheer him on.
Okay. I guess that would be an aid. So roll me aid. We'll say you got a +1 with Fadeleem, so 2d6 +1.
What was that?
So roll 2d6 +1 because you're aiding Fadeleem.
Roll 2d6 plus 1.
Veranza, how does it feel to be out-dragoned by a ghost?
I mean,
Okay. Fadeleem, you shout something. What are you cheering exactly? What do you shout to Fadeleem?
I basically shout, for the path of the dragon.
So you shout for the path of the, and Fadeleem turns his head and he looks up at you and he's like, "What?" And this thing, as he turns to look at you, this thing gets him real in the gut. And he staggers and is like clutching at the weapon. Eska, you see him getting gutted by this thing, but this guy's also fighting you in your face, trying to stab you again. What do you do?
You.
Yeah, can I back away from the one that's attacking me and go towards Fadeleem?
Yeah, I guess it would be let's call it Defy Danger Dex if you want to kind of maneuver away from it and use Veranza as a shield. Or I guess Veranza, you could. I think you already spent your hold for defend, right?
I did not, so I can do
Okay,
that.
so you can spend your hold for defend to allow him to get away without a roll if you want.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so Eska, you get away from this. You disengage with this thing. I'm gonna move you over here, or you can move wherever. And then you're gonna help Fadeleem. What are you gonna do?
I'm
going to
going-
use my arcane art to heal him.
Okay, go for it.
Oh,
So you invoke your magic and it starts to heal him, and he screams in agony as the healing starts to like reform flesh around the trident that's still stuck in his gut. And the creature just like twists the trident and re-inflicts the injury over again. Veranza, you got these guys like climbing all over you, trying to get on top of you, biting and clawing at you. What do you do?
I will use my second hold to hacky slashy.
Okay. Do your damage. Okay, and do you want to deal the bonus damage?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll open myself up. Roll 1d6.
Okay, that's 8. So you easily crush one of them. Which one is it going to be? The one that bit you or the other one?
The one that bit me.
Okay, the one that bit you is this one. So he's dead. So you, what do you do to dispatch him? Are you crushing him with your tail, with claw, what? How do you destroy this guy?
How do I thrash him? I literally, as he bites down, I take as I'm swinging to hit him, I get the two of them, and I grab his head and I rip it off and throw it back towards the Dark Lord.
Nice. Okay. So as the Dark Lord is disappearing into the ocean, this head goes like sailing up long over the beach and flies out into the ocean after him. As you're doing that, though, so these things sort of surround you, and they're kind of like trying to keep you at bay with their tridents. They don't stab you again, but you start to feel a little strange. Roll me Defy Danger Con. Oh, okay. So you start to like you get into this kind of like dizzy spell. Maybe it's because of the blood loss. You're not sure, but there's this like this thing that happens where you like suddenly sort of like out of it, and you're a little disoriented what's happening around you, and you feel like cold, like feverish, like you're not really with it, and you're having trouble concentrating. And Ichabod, you suddenly find that Veranza isn't doing the greatest job defending you against these things, as two of them are now ganging up on you. What do you do?
They're refusing.
Complain.
What's you complaining? Okay, go ahead and complain. What else are you gonna do?
I guess I will do more work in fighting by punching the guy again.
Okay, go for it. Okay, do your damage. And do you want to expose yourself to danger?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. And okay, you deal 5 damage, and then do your extra d6. Okay, so you smash one of them. You hit him. The solar plexus didn't do it, so you yank out the spine, and that does it. And it goes toppling to the ground in a heap. But as you do that, the other one gloms onto you and bites you. Where does it bite you? Where does the bite get you?
On my leg.
This is Ichabod.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna need you to repeat that because I didn't hear it.
Where do you get bitten? What part of your body got bitten?
Just to be funny, I'm gonna say my arm.
Okay. Yeah, is it the dragon arm or the beast arm?
It is the dragon arm.
Okay, so the dragon arm gets bitten. It sinks its teeth into you. And roll. You take 5 damage minus your armor as it bites down on you and sinks its fangs into you. And Fadleem continues struggling with this one, and the dragon sort of roars in sympathetic pain as that skeleton bites down on you, and it kind of growls angrily and smashes this other one in front of Fadleem and like rips it away and throws the whole thing bodily down the mountainside. And you're left with just this one guy. Veranza, you're at -1 forward, but you could try to finish this guy off if you want to.
Alright, I'll use my last hold to do my last hack and slash.
Okay. Very good. Do you want to deal an extra d6?
Roll 1d6. Clearly, I'm not allowed to use my 1d6.
All right. I'm gonna say so. You crush it underfoot. I'm gonna say it claws you and deals 1 more damage to you. And do you have armor? One damage minus your armor. Before you finally manage to crush it and disable it. And then suddenly the field is quiet except for the roar of the storm overhead, and there's the fire raining down on the mountainside and blowing all around, and you see these kind of marks of ash appearing on the monastery, but the monastery is not really that flammable. At least the upper surface of it isn't. It's designed to withstand attacks and stuff like that. But you guys are kind of left here alone, and you've won this victory. But Veranza, you're not feeling so great. And Ichabod, roll me a Defy Danger Con also.
My con is doing terrible today.
Okay, well, you get a 9, which is a success with a hard bargain. I'm gonna say, where's how come? So you're getting you guys are feeling ill. Ichabod, you're able to. I'm going to give you a choice. Do you want to kind of be ill on your feet and make it worse eventually, or do you want to be sort of knocked out of it and have to rest for a bit?
I am resting for a bit.
Kind of ill on my feet, but
Okay.
it gets worse later.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so Ichabod, you're toughing it out for now. And then Veranza, you head back to rest in the monastery. You guys pile back in, and Dram, are you continuing? So there's nothing, the things have disappeared back underneath the waves for now, partly to avoid the flames, but there was definitely some other thing going on here. That there was this sort of initial probing attack. Are you keeping the storm going up the whole time, or are you going to let it go? What does that look like, Dram?
No, is it helping? Is it keeping the troops at bay?
Well, it did. I mean, they all disappeared from the island. So the question is, now that they're all underwater, are you going to still keep the storm up, or are you going to let it go?
No, I guess not. I'm gonna let it go. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have you, since you. I'm going to say that's
you down the clock.
Yeah, you sacrificed your life, but this wasn't the epic battle of 1,000 troops that was the decisive thing. So because I'm not going to kill you for that, I think it makes sense for me to drain some of your life, though. Let's have you deal damage to yourself twice, ignoring armor.
Okay. Is that a D6?
I thought it was a D8 for you, but I can't remember.
Oh no, it's my own damage.
Yeah, D8.
Gotcha. I see what you. I'm rolling damage twice. Gotcha. On myself.
Yep.
Okay. Ow.
Okay, so you take 9 damage, ignoring armor.
I have a streak. I have streaks of white hair now.
Very cool. Okay. And you see that they're actually, Dram, are you guys? What do the arrangements look like in the aftermath of the battle? What is everybody's next move?
I'm gonna make my way
take
down.
a nap.
Okay, so Franz
Make
is
my way down to
resting.
the aftermath. So.
Okay.
I also would like to know what the fudge is in my bloodstream.
Okay, how do you want to determine that?
Well, we're in a monastery. Isn't there somebody there that can help?
Yeah, the monks can take a look at it. I'll say Monk Amidi is your healer. She tells you it's too early to tell if the wound is soured. It doesn't look like poisoned, but if you're feeling feverish, then we should maybe give you some rest and ice and so forth, and they'll bring you, basically they'll set you up to ride out a fever if that's what you're feeling.
All right, I'm going to do a discern realities.
Go for it.
Because I want to know what's going through me.
Okay.
Because I know it's not just something.
Yeah, it's never that easy, right?
Right. All right.
A 12. Okay. So I would say this is more like a spout lore, but you can use the 12. I'm not going to make you reroll.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's
spout
okay.
lore.
Yeah. I'm going to say that you have. How would you, I guess, go about diagnosing this disease? Because the symptom. Let me give you the symptoms first. The symptoms are like you start to feel sick and feverish first, and you start to feel like cold in your limbs. And your skin kind of gets like dry and patchy and scaly at your extremities. And there's this feeling like you're slowly wasting away. And I'm going to say, because you're a druid and you have experience with nature, you know that there are certain diseases that sea creatures carry that are like flesh wasting diseases. And you think maybe this is one of those. Yeah, let's see. Can you spit out the spout lore move just so I can see what the text of it says? If you have it on your sheet. Sure. Okay, so something useful. What's the 12 result?
GM tells you something interesting and useful about the subject and your situation.
Okay. Yeah, so this is a flesh wasting disease that if unchecked and unresisted will cause your limbs to literally fall off.
Big stress.
Yeah. And they
Sorry, Nargo was stretching.
Yeah, and you notice actually you can see that some of the corpses that are out there, you know how you saw them, you hit them and you saw them rot, kind of fall apart in this gross way. They're all affected by this. These Grail creatures are all affected by this disease where their flesh is like rotted away, which is why they're so skeletal compared to the thrall, because their flesh is literally just falling off their bodies.
I guess the thing is there a thing in this world that's almost like a blood transfusion, or is this going to be one of those things where I have to hack off where I got bit and hope it doesn't travel?
So hacking off where you got bit and hoping it doesn't travel would be the most reliable way, short of magical healing. A mandrake root would also do the trick, because that's magical healing. The arcane art might do the trick. You're not sure about it.
Hold on a second. I got it. Wait.
Other than that, it's just resisted.
Where did I go? Sorry.
It looks like you're up in the middle here.
You're in the Abbey Temple. You're in the middle.
No, I was looking at the sheet and I had my sheet up. I think I have a mandrake root.
Yeah, so
None of the two of these guys have it.
Yeah, so your options basically are use a mandrake root, use or some other form of magical healing, chop off the affected body part, or try to tough it out and maybe get a bonus from medical assistance.
Okay. So when we were in the sewery typey thingy where I got Casper, remember that there was the altar there?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You had said that I had picked up 6 herbs and 1 mandrake root.
Right. Yeah, so you can use
the mandrake root.
Okay. So go ahead and
I had to play it in my head where I got it for me to be sure that I had it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, so you I think normally it heals 10 hit points. We'll say that healing the disease takes half of its normal healing. You get 5 hit points back.
Okay.
So it seems less effective than usual, but you feel better when the ritual of it is finished and the blue glow fades from around you. What about Ichabod?
Now, did Ichabod be eaten?
Ichabod, he's on his feet. He seems to be like, yeah, I'm fine, but he's sweating and looking a little pale.
The classic kids thing.
Yeah, he definitely has been bitten.
I go to Archimedes, and say, is there any mandrake root in the monastery?
I'm gonna just do a flat roll to see how lucky you are.
Okay.
They say we have 1 for emergencies. And
how much are you willing to? What is a price for you to be willing to part with?
The abbess says, if you defend us, that is payment enough, but this is all that we have. That's the best we can do.
I just need 1 mandrake root.
Okay, so they give you the 1 mandrake root that they have.
And I explain why.
Yeah, they totally understand. So Ichabod, you're getting a mandrake root, so you are cured of this disease that was slowly creeping over you, and you get 5 hit points back.
While all this is going on, Aska is carrying Phalium into like Pilgrim's Rest and tending to his massive gut wound.
Okay. Yeah, fortunately he got stabbed pretty bad, but he didn't get bitten. But he definitely appreciates your help, although he kind of tries to make it like, oh, I'm fine, help the other guys, but he's definitely hurting. So you pull him, you bring him into the Abbey. I don't know where they would do medical. I guess it would be Pilgrim's Rest probably is where they would take care of people. It's kind of like their whole thing here. Or yeah, I guess that would be it. They don't really have like a designated like medical quarters or anything like that. So they bring you in there. They lay you out on one of the they bring Philium in there. You lay him out on one of the pallets, and they see to him.
And I try to heal him again.
Okay, and give me another Arcane Art roll.
Nine.
Okay. It also works if you draw unwanted attention or your magic reverberates to other targets affecting them as well. I'm gonna say you draw unwanted attention. What does unwanted attention look like in this circumstance? I think
I'm sure that some of the people who were harboring in here saw all of my undead brethren and that I, am harming Philium.
Very good. Okay, take an experience point for that. So you get confronted by a couple of the pilgrims. And let's say let me come up with some characters here. Give me 1 second. Okay. I'm gonna have Raphael accost you along with a group of the other refugees that are staying. And it's quite crowded in here. And they all kind of accost you and they're like, what are you doing to this guy? What do you do?
I'm healing him, you fools. Get away.
There's I mean, at the end of the day, you are helping them and they'll be able to see that. But they're gonna kind of start following you around and watching you and make sure that you don't do anything suspicious. They don't entirely trust your magic. How are you going to handle that?
I am going to act like they're not there because I'm accustomed to being treated this way, and I'm not going to do anything suspicious, so I don't really care if they watch.
Okay. You have got a buddy whose name is Raphael, and he's going to follow you around now. I'm going to put a pog on the board, but the Roll20 is not cooperating. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling random pictures off the internet. Sometimes they don't they don't load in Roll20 for whatever reason.
We keep getting a plain white square, and I just feel like that works so well. It's just the whitest of white boys following around.
Hold on, we gotta.
I don't trust you. You're...
Okay, you know what? We're gonna reuse Jonah's pog here, just because that's the easiest thing. There you go.
Works for me.
There you go. Okay, you got Raphael following you around now, scrutinizing your every move. What do you notice about Raphael that makes him stand out from the other townsfolk that are here?
That he's not exactly afraid of me. Like, most people, they immediately avert their gaze or try to step away or anything, and he's just doing the exact opposite. He's staring and he's following. And it's actually a little unnerving because I'm not used to that.
Okay, so he's one of the tougher. He's probably like an older, grizzled fisherman, I'm imagining. And maybe he's got like a long knife that he likes to... He's the sort of person that just like occasionally threatens people that get up in his space. He's kind of like the dark, silent, emotionally damaged type, and he thinks it's his personal duty to protect everybody else from you. So he's gonna follow you around and kind of menace you. All right.
He's kind of like that guy that comes up to the troublemaker in the bar and shows his gun under his jacket. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's that guy for sure. Yeah, so you got him. Fortunately, they haven't invented guns yet, but yeah, he's got a knife that he's like following you around, ready to use at any time.
Invented the guns at this time.
And there's an interval. You guys get it. You guys can take another long rest if you want to, or you can do stuff to repair. Hours are going to pass before you see sign of the undead army again. What do you guys do during this time? There's this kind of hurry up and wait feeling, like everybody's packed in the monastery. Everybody's worried. There's a lot of like stress flowing around. There's like kids crying and stuff like that. The monks are like desperately trying to figure out how to feed everybody from the stuff that they have on hand. What are you guys doing during this time?
I'm going to
currently
take a
being
long
assaulted
rest.
by my master.
Yeah, you're being
I am curled up in the like the pilgrimage room, I'm guessing, or wherever that I can go just to sleep, right?
Yeah, okay. So
Just kind of be like, and no, I'm gonna go to the garden and take a nap there so that I feel more at peace with my people.
okay, cool.
Here,
All right, so
I'm
whoever's
and you can make me human size again, by the way.
okay. I mean, I guess.
Fine.
There you go.
How dare you want to be a human again?
All right, so anybody who wants to can take a long rest. Ichabod, you can get an experience point instead for practicing with your mentor and or being beaten up by your mentor, mostly the latter. And there comes a point where people are like wanting to go back to their homes, and the abbess is trying to convince everybody to stay. They're saying the threat's not over. These creatures are still out there. And how do you guys feel about that? Are you taking any role in it? Or the people are going to start leaving and going back to their homes at some point if you don't intervene in some way? Do you guys do anything about it?
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to repeat that. You cut out on me.
Sorry, I said, are you guys doing anything about the fact that people, after like 6-7 hours of hanging out in the monastery, dealing with the cramped, overcrowded conditions, and seeing that there's no more monsters out there, people want to go home? What do you guys want to do about that?
I think that we should I'll send Casper out to do like a run around and to make sure that there is nothing that he sees
Okay.
around before we say it's okay to go.
Okay. Casper, you see that there, as you kind of creep down towards the beach, I'm going to say you scope out from the bell tower first, and you kind of creep down towards the beach, and you see that there is like a single squad about the same size as the group that you just fought, kind of just camped there just below the surf in the shallows. And it seems like their sorcerer is like watching the abbey. What do you do?
Who's watching the abbey?
The Scrael undead sorcerer that's hiding beneath the waves.
He's hiding beneath the wave. He's waiting for us to turn. Where's my Casper? Hold on. Casper. Oop. Damn, I wanted to volley at him with an arrow.
Okay, yeah, so you shoot some arrows. The arrows land in the water. It's hard to hit stuff that's underwater from above the surface because of the refraction and everything.
To see like if a reaction,
yeah, there's a moment where you could see him consider. You could see kind of like the sorcerers are a little smarter than the other like type of line fighter zombie things,
right?
And you could see there's this. You kind of see the wheels turning in his brain almost like as it regards Casper. And then they slowly start to withdraw back down into the deep beneath the surf. What do you do?
I go back and interrupt. I have to do this. I want to interrupt Ichabod's training.
Okay.
To advise his master that the sorcerers are still at the shoreline just right off the cliff, and I want to specifically state over and over again, I am so sorry for interrupting your training.
Ichabod, you notice that Master Eong is completely polite and cordial and like the most perfect gentleman when he's talking to Casper. It's only you that he bullies.
I kind of figured that's how it was.
So Master Young, he says, no, it's no problem at all. Give us your news. What do you have?
And I basically advise, like, I noticed that it was the people are still here, and it's been a few hours. But I wanted to do a routine scout of the area, just to do a sweep. You know, notice that they're just hiding under the surface.
So you think we should keep people inside? Did I cut out there? I'm sorry. You said, do you think we should keep people inside?
Now. Yes. At this time, let me get with my party and discuss, and we will advise once we are done. But once we're done convening.
Okay. He says you can use the scriptorium if you'd like.
Okay. I basically just say I find all of them, meet me in the scriptorium ASAP. Where am I? Here I am. Narga follows me because that's what he does, and he sits in my lap.
I'm assuming the party all have a heart-to-heart.
Can I please have the party members with me?
In the scriptorium?
In the scriptorium, por favor.
Think about Master Young excuses you from your training after a few more beatings to go meet the rest of the party.
After a few more beatings.
I like that. Yeah.
And Dram, I'm going to put you over there too.
Dram? Did we lose Dram?
Is Raphael gonna come with
Yeah,
me?
no, I'm here.
Raphael's going to come with.
I'm also putting out a fire. But go ahead.
Well, you're putting out a fire?
Yeah. Just like work stuff, like kind of just.
Oh,
that's pain.
I was just
but,
in game or
right?
out of
in
game.
Or out of game or in game. Exactly. It's all fires, right?
I just was like. So basically, now that we're all in the scriptorium, I go. So I did a sweep of the docks and the area, and those little sorcerer thingies are where the shelf goes down.
Okay, you know what?
Then,
I'm going to wait. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
And then I because I'm both Casper and Varanza, I'm gonna turn to and Varanza is like hears that and goes, they're waiting for us to turn. And then I explain that we got bit and we were most likely going to turn into those creatures, but we were able to heal with the mandrake root.
Raphael's looking especially suspiciously at you, Eska. And he's like, so if he bites us, we're going to turn into one of those?
No, of course not.
No.
Do I look sick to you? I'm not like
I just
them.
I look at the guy as well. I tilt my head at him. I go, does he look fucking dead to you?
We can fix that.
You will hold it.
I preferred if you didn't.
He kind of looks.
Sure, I am the only healer within this group now.
He sees the sentiment of the room as against him, and he kind of just gets sullen and quiet. Badleem on the bench on the other side of the room is You see that he's got a new shield that he's gotten from the monastery, and he's actually painting it with the colors of the Legion, with the white and the blue stripe. He's actually like whitewashing the face of the shield as he's sitting there listening to you guys.
Besides, if I wanted you all dead, Phalim would be dead now. Look, I patched the hole in his gut. Well, holes, there were 3.
Liam pulls up his chain shirt, and you see where there's like broken links, and there's still like blood on him, kind of. But you see, he shows the scar where the injury healed up. And Raphael's like, "Yeah, I get it." So what's are you guys gonna wait until nightfall? You gotta go talk to people. I'm gonna say that Monk Seth comes in and talks to you guys, and he says people are getting restless, but we're telling them to stay here. But it would be nice to know if we have a plan. What are you all thinking?
I think if they're waiting for us to turn and to make their next attack, they wanted to have people on the inside to mess us up. I think that we should surprise attack them and meet them on the beach.
I would like to consult the flames. I make a ring of flame and I use lore of flame.
Okay, cool.
Try to hopefully discern some reality using fire. When you stare into a source of fire, look for answers. Always on a hit. The GM will that's definitely a hit. GM will tell you something new and interesting about the current situation. On a 10 plus, the game will give you good detail. So I think I hit a good detail.
Okay.
So yeah, I wanna glean what are these enemy forces in fact planning on an ambush, or are there any signs that I
so
I can see?
So you look down through the flames, and you can see that there's I'm gonna say your black flame has like fallen into the sea, and so you're kind of like seeing through the embers, or like the ash, the remnants of your storm as they sift down deep beneath the waters slowly. And so you kind of get this view coming up within the center of the flame of like drifting down slowly onto the ocean floor, and seeing the shadows of the storm overhead playing across this host of undead creatures. And you see that they are, like I said, affected by this flesh wasting disease, and you watch as the sorcerer communes with Nobaluch, and Nobaluch speaks to the sorcerer, and the sorcerer says they've been infected, my liege, and Nobaluch says, very well. So you know that they are waiting, as Veranza said, for the monastery to turn. This is a siege in the truest sense. They control your food supply. They control, they think that they've got a disease that's going to run rampant through the walls of your fortress. So rather than roll up and try to smash the fortress, they're going to try to wait you guys out. What are you going to do to break the siege?
Right.
Tell people to go home.
I don't know if an ambush is the greatest way to break a siege. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Breaking a siege. Oh my god. They're completely surrounding the island, right?
Well, you only saw their forces on the south and west sides of the island. If they have forces on the other side, they haven't shown themselves yet. Actually, with the Lore of Flame, I'm going to say you see that their main bodies are on those, because those are the easily accessible beaches, but they do have smaller forces on the other sides of the island that are there to intercept ships and stuff leaving the island.
Maybe if we attack the smaller force, take a chance, bring the people Moses style through the island, through the hard part, pack the forces that are weaker on the other side and make a getaway that way? I mean, unless of course we can fight the sickness. Do we have the capabilities of doing that?
Well, you sort of have limited capability. You have dodgy capabilities of fighting disease. You're taking a risk for sure. What does everybody else think?
I don't think that's a terrible plan. If we could destroy the smaller groups on the side that faces the mainland, we could potentially bring the people on boats to the mainland.
Now there's
while they're
problems
not
with
paying
that.
attention.
The problems with that are we're sick. There's disease, so we're potentially bringing disease to the mainland. Can the
Well, we
disease be
cured our
stopped
two
if we stop?
people.
Oh no, no,
If
no,
we
no!
stop
We
the fallen
cured
We
hordes.
cured our two people that had the disease. They're no
Yeah.
longer diseased.
Mug Seth says, I'm going to start screening the refugees and make sure no one else got sick. And he excuses himself from the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, then maybe we can migrate, get the hell out of here.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey, Pat.
Oh.
Totally forgot it's Wednesday thing.
No problem.
Oh, also, I just want to announce now that I am working next Wednesday, so I will not be here next Wednesday. I just want to say
Okay,
that now
noted.
before I forget.
I want to write that in the chat so I don't forget either.
Yeah. All right. It is. Let's think about the plan for 2 weeks.
Oh, it is after 10 o'clock, isn't it? Yeah. All right.
So just to let you guys know, and I explained this on my stream already, but my job is doing a divorce from the division that I was a part of. And I'm going back to the main company, but they basically told me that I didn't have a choice, and the team that I brought up that I created is no longer my team.
That sucks.
And I have no say in the matter.
That's a huge pain in the ass.
I
That sounds
have
like a 2
been
weeks notice.
Why do they do that?
And the way that I explain it is I work for an overarching company. So I work for a main company and it has 3 divisions, right? I originally worked for the 2nd division, but when we acquired the 3rd division, they put me over into the 3rd division. Apparently we are now divorcing the division that I was put over to. And anybody that was hired after they came over is considered their employees. But because myself and about 7 other employees worked for the main division first, we have to go back to the main division.
So, what is
They're
that?
still doing the same job.
I've been
You're still doing
told
the
that
same
we will
job?
be having a similar project as what Division C was, or Division 3 was. I will not lose my salary or my bonus structure, but at this point I don't know my exact title or what I'll be doing.
So your job, there's a lot of uncertainty, and your job is probably going to suck a lot more in the near future. In other words,
Kind of no, because I know that my overarching company is I know a little bit that I'm not going to say on stream. So, but I know that there was a little bit of talk about that. So, I know I'm safe on that end.
At least your pay and bonuses are the same. And
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're uncertain about what you're actually going to do, you're not uncertain about having the money to live.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
and I think
exactly.
that was the thing.
Exactly.
I think for me it was more like because I can be in a very emotional person. Go figure.
Mhm.
But it was almost like that idea, and the only way that I could explain it was something that I had created, and it was ripped out of my heart.
So you feel like you've been run over by a bus?
We took the new car
It's like somebody
to go
kidnapped
get.
your baby.
Yeah, like somebody kidnapped my baby. And I can't say anything about it. I have like a ransom note, and I can't tell anybody
It was
anything.
never your baby, bro. It was never your baby. It was never your baby.
It probably wasn't.
You know what I'm saying?
No, and that's the
Well, sucks though.
That's
and
capitalism for you. That's
it is.
capitalism.
I
for you.
understand. I get that. The part is I don't care what people say. It's like, oh, that's what it is, and it's not your baby. You can't take away the hours
better
that
than
I
being
like.
fired.
Yeah, it's better than being fired.
Yeah, I know. I've been through that of
1000%.
training up a bunch of people and then having them be laid off. It's awful.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's the kind of turmoil that can lead to layoffs or whatever. Like it just sounds like that's like the first. But according, she knows already that her structure is fine. So you'll be
Yeah,
fine.
so
You'll be doing
it's
different
that,
shit.
but it
Maybe
was.
it'll be better shit.
I don't. I'm
Maybe you'll make
hoping
more.
like that's the
Yeah.
whole thing. I hope that it is that. But the thing that like I was saying is just it came out of nowhere. You know, it was. We just got back from President's Day. Yeah, President's Day. I get communication from my boss that says that I have to do these things, tells me what's going on, and then takes PTO off the next day, and I can't log into my computer at all.
That's scary.
And it was just like, what's happening? And yeah, apparently both IT sides prematurely disabled certain email addresses. So all 7 of us could not do our jobs.
That sucks.
Yeah. But I'm going to go relax for a little bit.
All right.
We need to do end of game.
Yeah, let's do the end of the session move.
Yeah.
We'll try to make it quick. Has anybody resolve their bonds?
Do that right now.
No. My bond is still there.
Ichabod definitely did not trust me.
Okay.
Ichabod learned how to punch.
I already knew how to punch.
I know, but I never saw it.
I still have no idea how Dram ended up in this party with the way that he is with Casper. Because Casper watched him attempt to put a tornado out and bang his head on a bell.
He had all the drugs.
That sounds like it could be a new bond for Casper.
No, that was Casper's. That's Casper's bond with Dram.
So
Still trying to figure that one out.
all right.
Ichabod, do you agree that we had a do not trust the Grail moment?
He is still alive, so I think he failed.
Okay, the bond is that you don't trust me, not that you try to kill me.
Yes, I agree with that, though.
Okay.
So the question, I guess, is how's your relationship with him changed over the course of the session? Do you trust him a little bit more since he rescued your party and also healed your friend? And
Not in the least bit.
oh, okay. What would make your character?
Petty like that.
What would make Ichabod change his mind about Eska? Do you think?
I will have to think on that one.
Okay, yeah, think
I was
about that
gonna
one.
say that is one that I you would have to think of, because I'm like, give it a day or two, because the emotions are high about what it is.
Fair enough. Yeah, we'll give that some time to percolate. How about has anybody done their alignment or drive?
I endangered myself to combat an unnatural threat.
Yeah, for sure. So mark an experience point for that.
Yeah.
I did not. I'm chaotic, but I don't know that I spread a dangerous new idea.
Well, you advocated that everybody should defend for them. Yeah, I think that counts. So mark an experience point for that.
Okay.
That experience point will be towards
in
your
a town where there's no dancing.
yeah.
The dancing is revolutionary.
You should
Dance Revolution.
Footloose.
No,
Alignment is also chaotic.
Yeah, so Dram, you should.
Says spur others to significant and unplanned decisive action. Would spurring the town to come to the monastery count?
Yeah, I think that counts. You guys didn't really plan the evacuation, so yeah, mark an experience point for that. And Dram, you should, or Ahmed, you should start thinking about what your next character is going to look like, or whether you want maybe you want to play Dram as a different playbook or something like that, and figure out, look at the options, figure out what you want to do.
I want to try to nobly kill Dram somehow.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep at it until he dies.
All right, fair enough. He does do the.
I had my character Jack ran off to another dimension to fight the spiders.
That's true, yeah.
Right on. Yeah, no.
Hilarious is determined to get you back.
Jedi ghost. Determined to become a Jedi ghost.
Okay, not gonna lie, that wouldn't be terrible. I'd go along with that.
All right, guys, have a good one.
Have a good one. Did we learn something new in them?
We're not done.
We're looking at 2 weeks.
That's okay. I mean, she can, if she really needs to go rest, she can go rest. It's fine. We'll figure it out in post XP.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
A notable treasure.
Yeah.
I
got a really cool shield.
Important about the world.
Okay, I think that counts as loot.
I got a cool shield. All right, cool. Done.
Okay, so we got all right, do we overcome a notable monster or learn something new?
We learned that there's a flesh-eating disease out there.
Oh, nice. That was something.
Okay, I think that counts, yeah. And then
that's good.
I guess the monsters weren't really new though. All right, so 2 XP for everybody for this session.
They weren't.
We
They
didn't
weren't
actually
new.
fight
They
Noble
weren't
Lou,
notable.
so.
Yeah, there was no new monsters. So.
All right, well, that's it then for now.
I think I'm gonna create a new character for sure. I think I'm gonna create a new character for sure. Maybe like the disciple of Dram, or I was actually had a stupid idea of like putting Dram's soul inside of something else, like an ashtray,
That sounds
and
cool.
then like you guys could like. Then you guys could like smoke a cigarette and then get advice from me or something, or maybe I can cast spells as an ashtray
as a weapon.
the genie of the ashtray. Yeah, you could toss
You'll
me
be
and I
renamed
explode and come back.
Dram.
Wait, that is my name. That's not just Dram. Okay.
You'll be known thereafter as Dram the Smash Tray.
Ooh, I like that. Smash Tray.
All right, good game, guys.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that's the future of Dram. But yes, have a good night, guys. I'll think about a character class. I have to pick one that nobody is, right? That's the whole. But there's a lot to choose from, right? So
yeah, at least nobody in this party. It's okay if somebody in the other half of the group is using that class.
Understood.
You just need to get I'm playing like a ranger cleric variant.
Okay.
It doesn't use spells. It just uses ideology to beat shit out of people.
All right, we're going to wrap up the stream there. I want to say thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to follow if you're watching on Twitch, or subscribe. It's free if you're watching on YouTube. Thanks for hanging out all, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
Bard.